shouts out to the church, man. We want to give because we taking time from the church. But Tim took time, to hook up with us and give us this interview, man. So.
Oh yeah. Bethel Baptist Church, 12 minutes away from this location. Been there for a long time. That's the place I've been for a very long time. And that's for you new starting producers, or even some that's been out for a lot. A lot of guys like me, a lot of our teaching came from being on stage at church, having to play live. To be honest with you, when you're playing your melodies, let's just do something church. Okay, so let's take that. Let's do it with a guitar. And now let's switch it. Okay, and if you had that in your track, you put the beat with it and it's already done. But we do that the whole throughout the whole song. We play different renditions of that, and that'll make you enhance your tracks so much better if you put yourself in a situation like that. Also, I'm not gonna knock spirituality. Everybody has their own beliefs, but it is cool to be in a positive atmosphere and learning music. And I encourage you to, even if you don't want to pick up playing an instrument, go sit at BB King's. Go to a rock concert. Because to me, when I went to a rock concert, that was the most hype experience I've ever felt. There's no rap song that ever took me as high as a rock song. Experience these other genres and then bring that back home and see what you can do. And let's see if we can make music. Let's see if you can turn into the one that makes the new stuff from you visiting other places.
Hey, that's a little tutorial. I should charge y'all for that.
So what you got going on now in today's time?
It's business again. It's I don't make as many tracks. That's something that I'm getting ready to get back into. Some people don't believe it or not. Some people don't even know I make tracks. They walk in here and ask me, do I make tracks? I've become such an engineer. You look confused.
I'm like,
I need beats.
I know. You say they walk in here and don't know you do tracks.
Right.
They ain't never been to a studio before.
They literally walk in here and they say, do you make tracks?
Now we just walking, from the front door up to the studio. Y'all don't realize this man's house look like a museum. I'm talking about, that's the album, that's the drum machine from Stressed Out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Hey, he won't sell nothing or throw nothing away. Like, hey Tim, sell me a keyboard. Nope.
They got a Guitar Center, you go get it from there. No.
Oh, they think Tim gonna make you a deal on it.
Nope. I sell studio time and beats. That's it. That's it.
Think you ever gonna stop dealing with music?
I do have an answer that you're not gonna like. I would like to enjoy life. I would like to know what it's like to have that single that puts you out there to, it's not about money. It's about being comfortable. And, because you can get money, but as you age, you want to make sure that you don't do something stupid and then you find out that a family member or something has an illness, and you just sit up there and blew some yacht money when you could have helped somebody else out. But I would like to vacate. I've never done that. I've done music solid, you know, so I would like to experience some life and then get back to it, and it'll probably bring a lot more of the love back, like from when the times that y'all were talking, when I was an artist and making beats also. Now this is a business. This is, it's a formula. It's algorithm. It's, let's get in here 12 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, Monday through Friday. Let's get it. You know.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But do you love what you do?
Recently I can start saying that I am starting to love it.
So it's just like you go through phases, the ups and downs of it, or just.
No, I went through a decades long, could care less if I made music or not. It was my world. It was my Nissan. It was my, that's how I made my money, and I didn't know how to do anything else. So I would sit and I would make what people want, and my enjoyment would be their smile.
I got you.
But now I'm starting to embrace music again for myself.
What you got, man? Got any more your journalist questions?
All my questions is in my phone, man. I think I probably hit all of them, but I had them all saved in my phone. Dre sent me a bunch today and yesterday. A bunch of questions to ask Tim. We pretty much asked all that.
Yeah, we
Like
just
you
want
told me to ask, you know,
it's
what
more, I
was
guess,
your-
informative about the people, you know, because I'm like Tim Hill is like you're almost like a myth. Everybody heard of Tim Hill, but don't nobody know Tim Hill.
Because I'm an extreme introvert. So I never really, even though I performed and did that, I never, here it is, never really wanted to be an artist. So that, you know, and as many opportunities as I had to do it, I was really cool with being behind the scenes. Like really, really cool with it.
See, I always want to be out there. I want to be on Front Street. So I was just an artist.
I did too, but like you said, it was honestly the recording and making the album, you know, all of that was the fun part to me.
Yes.
When we realized that, okay, we gotta make some money off this now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because we done spent 10 or
Yeah, we done spent so much now. Okay, now the album's done. What we gonna do? You know, waiting on distribution. You know what I'm saying?
And now you're not in the studio,
right.
you know, and now you're going over to the business side. And in reality, the fun part was the camaraderie of,
Yeah.
of making the album,
Yeah.
you know.
Preparing for a show or something, you know, or
Mhm.
and like you said, it's the business side of it. And we can go and politic all day about something, but I'm like, end of the day, you know, I gotta pay bills.
Right, right.
So, but I wouldn't change it for anything, man, because music took me places and introduced me to people I probably would have never met in life. So
I'll ask you this. Did music actually make you open up about things that you probably never would have opened up about anybody, to anybody, because you actually let the world have the opportunity to hear you speak that out of your mouth, and you probably wouldn't have ever said that to anybody,
Yeah.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Especially like on the album that we did, Ahead of Our Time. The Ahead of Our Time, the track that we did. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like that song and everybody's verse on it, because I know everybody personally, and I know everybody's verse was heartfelt, you know.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. And
what was your most heartfelt verse that you ever spit? You
Oh
think?
gosh. Ooh.
everybody had that one that just.
Well, no one would know it because I never put it out.
Okay.
But it was about, for protection of people, I can't say what it was about. But it was literally about one of the worst things that ever happened in my life. And, or when I had a cousin that was like a brother, his name was Keith Sanders. I made a song about him, and it was so vivid. From speaking about us crawling, looking at the pictures on the wall, looking down the hallway, what we see, it was just very vivid. And it was so vivid, and the few people I let hear it, they listened to it multiple times, and they were crying. I wanted to let his parents hear it, but I couldn't take them through that. I couldn't let them see through the eyes of a little child with their son, from being a baby growing up to a man, because it would have ripped them apart. And that's when I was like, this pen is deadly. You can really put your heart into this stuff. That song right there, I almost wish I would have let them hear it, but I actually think I did right. I think it would have hurt them. And I think they would have been they might have had their times that they were like, it's cool, but I think it would have been something to just always rip that scab.
Yeah.
I got in touch or in tune with, because of church, poking with people's emotions, So that's the thing that kind of made me a little different than the other producers in my area. I heard all of their beats were hard, but all of my beats wasn't hard. Some of my beats made you feel something, And I guess I'm just really in touch with that now more than anything. I guess now I could do a cold R&B album because that's where I'm at.
Right.
But don't get it twisted. I will give you that hard. Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get some of that. I'm about to give you a track. Because me and Lane was talking about it for that Thug Money album. Getting the 10 Hill too.
Yeah.
So I'm about to find out. What the new Tim Hill sound is like right now.
It's crazy. It is crazy. It's alive. It's not loops. I will say that. It's tricked out.
Just looking around like, yeah, it's gonna be live.
Yeah. It's not a joke.
Well, man, guess we're gonna conclude this. Hey, Tim, why don't you do us a favor? Why don't you show them the skills? Why don't you show us how quick it is to make a beat?
The reason I'm not going to do that is because it's going to take too long to set this.
No, we don't do that. Just right here with what you play around on the piano.
That's not making a beat. That's playing a melody.
Oh, you got to turn the kicks and all of that on?
Yeah,
too?
you got to cut the drum machine on and actually program and do all that.
No, man.
What kind of drum machine you working with right now?
What you working with?
Okay. You said what kind of drum machine I'm working with right now. Okay. MPC 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, MPC X, Renaissance, the native instrument MK1, MK3, the newest joint, the Machine Plus. Wow. I'm making beats on the phone with my Machine software on my iPad. I'm also programming beats in my Core Chronos in the M3. It's a list.
It's endless.
Yeah, it's just whatever feel.
He said from the iPad.
Yeah, like it depends on what are you looking for. Like if you want that chronic, then I'm gonna give you what Dre used. I'm gonna give you MPC 3000. We're gonna put the swing percentage on 63, and we're gonna give you that real swing. We're gonna give you that real chronic. Like if you want that Kanye, I'll pull the ASR 10 or the 88 out, and we'll give that Kanye or that Dungeon family. I'll give y'all a secret. if y'all have an ASR 10, no matter what you made your song through, run it through the keyboard, and a lot of those effects you hear of Dungeon Family is coming through the keyboard.
ASR what?
Nsonic ASR 10. I give that one
rifle.
Yeah, no, not that. It's a rifle to us, though. But yeah, it's a lot of that vintage stuff. They just ran whatever you're doing through it to give it a sound. You know, so to be real, I can't answer that question because I might put 2 or 3 things together. If I'm doing your album, I'm definitely not gonna do it on the same piece of equipment.
Right.
You know, or even if I do, that doesn't mean I might be touching this, but these are keyboards. You don't know what I'm grabbing from.
Right.
You know, so
I remember you schooled me a little bit about the racks. You know.
yeah, like this is a keyboard, true enough. But these are brains of keyboards, so I don't even have to have the keys. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keyboards up here. Really, it's 8 because this is 2 keyboards in one. So I could literally do the rest of my life with a drum machine and that rack right there, and I'd be good.
Wow.
You still get like excited when you wake up every morning knowing that you're just gonna make music today?
Oh, especially now, you know, sharing that I almost left here from COVID, and it made me see life so different. I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for the next breath. I'm appreciative that I just went, and the fact that, and y'all about to laugh at me, but I got a studio in the bedroom too, and y'all know in the kitchen. So I literally could just roll over. Matter of fact, my strongest setup is in the bedroom.
Okay.
Most powerful
Hey,
setup.
that's where it goes down.
Yeah, that's where the secrets are. That's where the secret. That's the back cave. But to wake up and know I'm about to create, you know. And
What was a piece of equipment that you got happy? Like, oh, it'll be here today, or what's one you got happy about?
Probably the most excited that I've ever been is it's called a Roland 5080, and I read about it, and that's one of my first pieces of gear that came out of the garage, fellas. And all that, hey, Timberland, all that. It's 400 of us that got that expansion card called the hip hop card. Timberland is 1, I'm 2. I don't know who the other 398 people are that got that. He made it the most famous. But even in some of y'all's music, you know, I used to put that Timberland sound.
Yeah.
They're not Timberland, it's hip hop.
Yeah.
But that thing right there evolutionized my sound. It made me be able to make hip hop music, but that stuff was sounding live too, bass lines, horns, and everything. And I was noticing other people around me wasn't doing that. Now they do it now, but that piece of gear. And then if you talk about 2021, it's not so much about this stuff no more. It's about software. You know, it's about getting certain software that makes you excited, and none of us are gonna say what it is. You know what I mean? We're not. But I will say this, and I'll give this one away. The king of the studio is not the producer or the artist, vocal trainers, backup singers. The king of the studio is the engineer. You could have Michael Jackson, Tupac, Biggie, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross on one song. If that thing ain't mixed right, oh well.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's I guess it's safe to say, you know, every piece of equipment that you have mastered from top to bottom. Like I probably have one of these keyboards and don't know 5,000 little sounds that can
Right.
hit me.
Right. And then What's scary is, unlike the keyboards of yesterday, you can hook up to the internet with this keyboard. So it's infinite. It's infinite. So you got to prepare your mind for something like this that's this massive, you know, that can do that much. And you can get lost in just having too many sounds. You'll spend so long searching for sounds you can't even make one track.
So what's the future for Tim Hill right now?
I get so many people daily that ask me to teach. I'm not interested in teaching no piano lessons. I play by ear, so I can't do that anyway. But it's a lot of people that I think they need. If I was to create a course, it wouldn't be so much about me trying to make you know how to work equipment, because they're going to keep making different equipment. There's no way I could keep up. But maybe take you back and make you understand where music came from, so you can understand how to create multiple things versus just one genre. If anyone is actually, and I'm not doing it yet, so don't start trying to ask me to do it. But in the future, I'll probably stop, and I'm going to be a sensei. I'm going to find about 5 people, and I'm going to show them how to do what I do. And then when I'm no longer here, I'm not going to take that to the grave. I'm going to let somebody know what I know and let it live on.
So that way your sound will live on.
I'm just not going to hoard my gift. I'm not going to hoard my gift.
Right.
That's real.
Like, you know, I was given a gift, and I can gift someone else. I already have done that with one guy. He's great. He was already great, and I showed him how to do what I do, and to me, he's better than me. I kept showing him till I heard him play me back. Most scary thing I ever did in my life. He was already dope. And then I showed him everything I do. And he played me back. And I was like, whoa, whoa, proud of that guy.
Somebody we heard of?
No, you haven't heard of him. And I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want my name to be the reason he boosts. I want him to boost off of his own name.
Right.
And I want to do that with some more people. I want to show them what I do. I want to back off of them and watch it. I want to plant the seed and watch the flower grow.
Is he still into, making tracks now?
He's internationally playing. He's a bad boy.
Okay.
There's people that sat on that couch right there that I've mentored, and I'm so proud of them. Or people that has been in here, and I'm watching. I'm seeing their dubs. I'm seeing their Grammys. I'm seeing the BET Awards. I'm seeing all that. Keep doing it. Proud of them.
Hey. We know of a few, but like I said, we're gonna remain nameless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't try to take the credit from somebody. I ain't gonna say no names. You applaud them. You help somebody help them.
Yeah, that's the problem. We don't applaud enough, man. Don't applaud enough. And still to this day, that's why I feel like even in Nashville or Tennessee itself. Well, no, I'm not gonna say Nashville because Memphis was they do it, but Nashville artists they don't collab. They don't get money together. Atlanta, Memphis. Think about how many New York artists out of all the boroughs in New York that they still collab and they get money together.
Yes.
There's a lot of Nashville artists that they just learn to collab. They can make a movement, but they won't do it.
Well, we've never been taught to create venues. So we create, but we don't have any place to perform that's not a hole in the wall club or something that's not a place that's going to elevate us. You could go to Atlanta, create a song, and I've watched it happen. You created a song one night, and that night it played on the radio. Blew my mind. That night.
We talked about that, yeah.
We do a song here, and it ain't ever gonna play on the ever.
Ever.
You know, so, you know, if we can't crack the code of a venue, then, you know, we'll never get out of that fish tank. We're gonna stay, everybody gonna stay right in that fish tank. Fighting for the crumbs that's thrown in there.
Yeah, because they'll give you whatever venue to perform at, and then there's 15 other artists that's performing there too. So you trying to get everybody on when you do get the venue. So
And then the trick to that is, that's a money making trick. Everybody that's out there, the whole audience, is artists.
Right.
So
Every
when
single one.
everybody leave, when you get to the last artist,
Nobody's there.
there's nobody there because everybody's leaving with their
yeah,
thing.
Right.
that's why we was like, hey, put us on early.
Yeah.
Put us on early.
But now it's so cool because same way we're shooting this right now, man, y'all have it so easy because you can perform at your house. You put your outfits on, you can do whatever, you can edit it, you can make yourself look as much of a superhero as you want. And y'all can do one song and go viral. And you'll do more than any record label would have ever done for you in this day and time. In the time we were talking about. If we had access to being able to record the recording, wow.
Right. We had the access to be able to record a song and put it out within a month to the world. It would have been a whole nother story.
Oh yeah.
It was a process trying to get your stuff on the radio. I'm like,
Not just that, but just to get your stuff and get it from the beginning to the end product before you can even put it anywhere was a process. Now, you can record right here, mix and master right here, put it on the internet.
yeah.
And it's out.
Or not only that, think about, you know what I'm saying, the diss records or beef records or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will make a song, make a diss record. You know, you'd have to wait for that record to come out. You know,
Yeah.
Hit 'em up. You know, when Tupac did Hit 'em Up, ain't no telling how long he did that song before we finally heard it.
Oh yeah.
Right. 'Cause
Nowadays, like you said, you know, if I got beef with somebody, I can go do the song about them tonight.
And
And
tag,
film a
and
video.
tag them.
and film a video on your phone and put it on TikTok and all, everything else, and it's out there.
Yeah.
The same day.
Yeah. Not trying to go there, but rest in peace. But I'm not trying to get involved in that. But because of that, now people are dying. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see, somebody broke it down this way. They said, in our days, you know, of rapping, you had beef and you had wax. You know, you had beef on wax, you know what I'm saying? And it's like very seldomly did the beef on wax spill over to the streets.
Right.
And it's like nowadays, it's the opposite. The beef is already on the streets.
Yeah.
Now they putting it on wax.
Yeah.
And it's because the access to everything is so
Exactly.
quick. And
I'm like,
right
cause
there.
in all honesty, come on. I mean, everybody knew, like, you know, lyrically, you know, Biggie, Nas, you know, all of them, you know, they had their beef, you know, on wax.
Mm-hmm.
But you never heard of nobody dying over it.
I know.
But nowadays, like I said, it's different, man. The beef is already on the streets, you know.
The first major, I know it was others. You know, we gotta watch it because it's people that are hurt that we never saw before Biggie and Pac. But
Yeah.
the first major thing that we ever heard with beef and music was Biggie and Pop. That was death music.
Right. They actually went from the music to
Who,
real
who,
life.
who remember the Cool Mo D and LL Cool J?
Oh yeah, of course.
And you never heard of them. You know what I'm saying? Getting into it or any of that. You never.
I mean, every artist back in the day had beef with somebody, even if it was just a playful beef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Roxanne
Roxanne
Shante.
Shante.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
The real Roxanne.
Right. It was beef, but it never amounted to what it's becoming now because
Hey,
everything is live.
the biggest one, the craziest one of beefing is the Wu-Tang.
Oh
I'm like, them dudes was trying to kill each other, and they ended up becoming a group. I mean, literally trying to kill each other.
yeah. A lot of people don't know that stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That applied that pressure and they created the pearl.
Man, that was like, then you think about it, Staten Island, how you had to get on that ferry to get over to Staten Island. So they thinking, it's like the music wasn't even leaving Staten Island, getting back to the other boroughs. But somehow, once they start, who was these cats out in Staten Island making these noises? And now look at them.
I do miss hip hop because in hip hop it was more about intelligence, about your intellect, about being more positive and uplifting each other, calling out the fact that you might lack intelligence, and it was more like, my brother, you need to have more wisdom, you know. And that might sound dated, but I'm sorry, it's not dated for people to want intelligence.
Right.
It's, you know, everything can't be telling this female to bend over and twerk. Everything can't be.
When I got my strap, I'm about to double back on you. You know what I'm saying?
Our music had a good time in it. I mean,
Right.
think about, I'm just saying, like Dipset. I mean, them dudes just had fun, you know. It was fun to watch a Dipset video or something, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, nothing nowadays have no good time in the music no more. Everything is a shot up everywhere you was. Thought you was a thug. Well,
Right.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm on this drug and I'm on that drug.
I really. Since who made it cool
To be on Adderall.
to be on pills?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, we smoked weed and alcohol. We was never talking about, you know.
I'm on 13 Zanies so I can go to sleep.
Wow.
You know?
I'm like,
It's crazy.
when did that become cool? So, but
Times change.
yeah,
Yeah, and I would love to see some more positivity come back, because in this day and time, I'm gonna start talking about politics. But in this time, we need some positivity. We need some unity. We need to actually understand that music is extremely powerful, and we need to start gathering our soldiers up. Instead of killing each other, we need to actually get a little bit more wise. We need to keep the army strong. We need to quit killing each other because of music.
yep. Because once they hit that, bang that gavel and give you that time, I'm like, everything you just worked for is pointless now. So
Do you have any regrets from anything, you know, as far as music goes with you?
Not being as hard early as I am now on people. There was a time when it became a robotic system, and it was like, come on in, let's get this, let's do that. Okay, come back in here the next time. And it was more popcorn, trying to do the microwave system, get people in and out. Now it's not so much about speed. It's about quality, not quantity. I'm glad I experienced speed because I wouldn't even know what I'm saying right now.
Right.
But it's not about how many songs and how many artists can you work with. It's the quality of the songs you work with and how do you market the songs that you have. You know, that's where you get your Master P's. That's where you get your Lil Jons. That's where you get all these people who were geniuses. Jay-Z. Let me just say that. I can stop right there. That's where you get Diddy and Jay-Z. You weren't worrying about making a whole album. They make a song. And we've watched R&B people do it forever, and we weren't even thinking about it. Whitney Houston come out with one song. Goes to a movie. Pharrell makes Happy and makes more money than everybody I know combined
that whole year.
off that one song.
Yeah.
You know. So now it's about the business.
Yep, but and take it back. I was reading something not long ago where Sir Mix-a-Lot, do y'all realize how much that man has been eating off of Baby Got Back?
Oh wow.
Man, not just him, but man, a lot of people.
Every time that song was sampled, I mean, you hear it in everything, and he was to the point to where he was on his business early, to where he getting a check when you hear that song.
All those commercials. Yeah.
Hey, I be here. I done heard a few Nappy Roots, that Good Day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's on everything,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I just wonder who owns the publishing for all that.
Say what?
I wonder who owns the publishing for that.
I don't know.
Either.
I heard about that, but I rapped you off camera about it.
Oh. Wow. That's what it's about having fun, and if you're blessed to make a buck from it, that's cool. Do it, but don't lose the love. I did it. I know what it feels like, and I'm glad to get it back. I can let you know that you can sit up here and play piano. You can just think you just dope and this, that, and you can wake up and it just not there anymore. That happened. That happened to me.
Do you being like I guess a church, a church player also, is it like sometimes when, just the spirit of playing in church, to sometimes when you're doing that, you just in another world, or it takes you places that being here don't?
Oh yeah, and that's the beauty. That's the superpower that I have, that I literally could do that in front of you right now. I could literally get lost in playing. And that's where a lot of the love is coming back, because I can sit there and play the instrument in a way that it evokes emotions.
See, you the reason they be catching the Holy Ghost in church, man. The Spirit done hit you, and
yeah. I mean, that's happened. That has happened. That has definitely happened. And it's also been, all my life, it's been a battle between playing at church and doing secular music. It's like those two. It's almost like God and the devil. And I'm just talking about personal. Like, to be able to flip and do a church service, and then that week you do 666. It plays with you. It's like, I made that track.
I ain't getting on it.
No, I ain't getting no. But I mean, I recorded it. I recorded it. I mixed it. I mastered it. I made it happen. Now I'm going to church. It's kind of like, am I being a hypocrite in just doing that?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah,
That probably beat you up a little bit.
Oh, it beat me up for a long time, and and God had to let me know that He gave me this talent. And the biggest reason that I do music is not at all about the music. It's about the relationships, meeting people where they are. So if it's someone that wants to talk about their car or selling drugs or this, that, and they come in here and they work with me, as long as I stay who I am, I'll make your music, but I'm probably going to try to pull you out of that. And how am I going to pull you out of it if I don't meet you where you are? I'm
Right.
not scared to meet someone where they are.
Right. That's awesome.
That's real. Yeah.
Yeah, I had been telling Short that this was one of our big interviews we had to get for our podcast because I was like he said it earlier, like everybody know of Tim Hill, but it's like everybody don't know Tim Hill.
Right.
Like you got musicians from Nashville that are still musicians to this day in Nashville that could walk past you, not know it's you, but if they looked at the back of your shirt and said Tim Hill, they would tackle you because they're getting to meet you.
Yeah.
I've got family that's done that, believe it or not.
Right.
That said, somebody said my name, they said my whole name. I'm like, that's you? Man, dude, I've been coming to this Christmas thing forever. You didn't know who I was, you know. It's crazy.
Yeah, probably got the hat on over your head, you know. Put the hood on.
Yeah. It's crazy. And that name came from work. I appreciate everyone in y'all and everybody else, every client I've ever had, every person that was somebody that came to the studio with y'all and then said something, and every mouth that's ever made me who I am, because I never have advertised in my life.
And when somebody still to this day be like, who's the fire producer in Tennessee, I always tag Tim Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always. You know? Because
It's
like
been-
I tell like not just people that I meet that do music, but like when people ask me about my rap career, I'll be like, man, you know, my favorite producer Tim Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I tell people that. I tell them, but in all honesty, it's like sometimes I can look at that artist and tell like, nah, I'm not gonna send him to Tim yet.
No. But I mean, it's crazy because like you like I can honestly say like with my music career, like you created my sound. What people knew of me as, you know, SOS. You created that sound because I came to you and you made it was in my head a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in all honesty, I can say probably only one or two, maybe 3 tracks that I got from you was not something I imagined when I got to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there was one time I was like, just make me something fire and put my sound in it. And I took one like that, you know, but 9 times out of 10, like even our biggest song at, you know, Cartel Fam, which was Bet That, we came with the idea of what was it? So Fresh and So Clean?
Yep.
And Bet That sounds nothing like So Fresh and So Clean. But we knew what we wanted. We knew what the
Right.
sound was, and we didn't know how to explain it other than that. You know, we was like, this is what we want. We don't want this part of the song. We like this part of the song, but we want our own sound, and we ended up with Bet That.
Right.
No, I gotta give you the story on Bet That. The beat from Bet That came when me and Lane was working on an album together. Me and Lane was working on an album together, and we had bought Bet That and 4D. Do you not remember when we first started? We tried to do Bet That to the 4D beat, and I was like, nah, this don't sound good. It's like, let's try it to the other one. And Tim put the Bet That beat in because me and Lane had got that beat for us. It was an artist that Lane knew in Atlanta, Z-Mac. And Z-Mac and OJG or whatever, that was their name. They were from Atlanta. And we had got that Bet That beat for them. And when we ended up not doing that track, and right about that time is when we started recording the 4 of us for that album. And I remember 4D. We started trying to record Bet That to 4D, but it was just too slow. And I was like, nah, let's try that. Cause think about it.
I don't remember that.
I bet you one thing you don't remember, just to prove my point. I bet you don't remember making the beat back that.
I don't know.
Cause it was me and Lane there
Oh wow.
when he made it.
I don't know. My memory,
I'm serious.
My memory ain't good.
I remember it. Lane will tell you the same story though.
I don't know. I can't remember. My memory's off.
In 4D, I remember how that song came about. I was talking to you on the phone. I was like, man, let's do a song like the Final Four or something. He was like, nah, he ain't like that concept. But I was like, something about just the four of us. I was like, Final Four. And he was like, what about like 4D? And I was like, yeah, that's it right there.
I don't remember that.
See, I remember that.
Wow. Wow.
A lot of our history was made with you.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean,
I knew it, but now I really like.
we went from ADATs to Pro Tools and beyond.
Yeah.
What was the little ones that you used to put them on that we got them mastered off of?
That's a DAT. Not
Yeah.
a DAT. A DAT.
Yeah, remember that? Remember
Yeah.
the little DATs? Because that's when we got the first Cartel album, Stressed Out. We got it mixed off of a DAT tape.
And you went from ADATs to hard disc recorders called VHA, Rolling 880. So that's when y'all's choruses started getting bigger, because at that point I could record more tracks
Right.
digitally.
Right.
Transform your sound completely. Start flying your hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
that, yeah.
Because y'all was shocked. We ain't got to do it again?
I know. We used to have to do like 3
Yeah.
different hooks.
Yeah, you had to perform your hook. That's how recording really was.
I remember when what program it was when it was the screen. It was like you would cut that piece out and place it. You had to move it back and forth to make sure it was on beat with the. But eventually you would go through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the 16 bars. And the hook come on again, and we were like, "Oh, how you do that?"
Yep. That was amazing.
That's why hooks, they used to sound different. Each hook,
Yep.
we used to try to make them sound identical, but each hook used to sound different.
And see, now, for guys like me, we miss that. So what I'll do is I'll fly the chorus, but your ad-libs, you got to do different ad-libs. I'm going to play the chorus, you got to do some different ad-libs on this one and different one on this one.
Okay.
Or the infamous, after the song is done, they'll do ad-libs all the way across it. So now it's alive. Now it's not cookie cutter. I still try to bring some of those ideas from back then, because that's when music was. That's why you wanted to hear it, because it was never duplicated. It was always different all the way through.
Right. You had breathing in it.
Yeah.
I know one thing that Tim would not do for us.
What?
Samples.
Uh-huh.
We never had a sample on none of our. Tim wouldn't do it.
You tell me what you want and we'll create the song.
We'll create it, but
Right.
not once. Like, nah. We even said to ourselves, oh man, let's see if we can get Tim to sample this. Had this cold idea in our head and everything. Get to the studio. Nah.
And what's so crazy? That's horrible, because I was dope at sampling. I was a sample producer first.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know how to play, and I used to sample. I was DJ Premier. And y'all come like, nah, we ain't doing that. That's going backwards. All y'all in here, we can create whatever you're talking about.
I think it was because we was trying to really get it out there, and we didn't want to have to pay for licensing and none of that. So,
Yeah, we even had trouble getting distribution because Natney Roots was on the album. It was like had to,
Wow.
clear with their management and all of that. Like,
yep.
I never knew that.
yeah, I don't know if you ever knew it, but there was a lot of artists that came through the Dirty Bird studio. a lot of artists couldn't release a lot of songs that they had those features on because the label didn't allow them.
Hmm. I used to warn people about that, but everybody wanted the experience of having,
Artists.
yeah, you know. And,
I tell you, everybody who had Bun B release theirs.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they couldn't release that. I think he knew it, and it was more of the hearing your name on them. Like he would write 12, and the last 4 he say, "Yo, now I watch him do it every song," and the excitement of watching. He said my name. I even got excited with MySpace. He said DJ Chameleon something, and I had that on my MySpace. You know.
Yep.
That's the fun times, and it's because that's what I said earlier. A lot of the sessions that people do now, they'll never experience what y'all are talking about,
Right.
because you don't create music this way.
The same way. Right.
I know they. What's up with these internet beats, man? How does that work?
I mean, it's a blessing for me because you get on that kind of beat and then you need it remade. So I'm do exactly what y'all used to do, except now I'm just going. I already got your vocals, I got your chorus, I got everything. I'm gonna X that beat and just trick out the same vibe. So it's kind of what y'all were doing with Humming, but it's a business now. Leasing.
So that mean if they make it as an artist, does that beat maker still owe, like, is he still on
Still
that
owe
beat?
them, yes.
Wow, okay.
It's a hustle, you know.
See, I was inspired, let me see, by a few people. I don't know if you realize it, let me see. The Murphy League, what the hook gonna be.
Oh,
I was inspired by that one. T.I.
which
Let's Get Away.
Oh yeah. Hey, let's get away with Manny for Jazzy Fair.
Yeah, Let's Get Away. That one was an influence, and I think we had a Jay-Z influence beat too. I'm a hustler, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one where I was singing the hook, and they was trying to record me singing the hook,
Yeah.
because that song was.
Went off in the club.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up in VIP.
Because I think like Pharrell. I remember.
Ghetto club.
That
was Tim on the hook too. If you
Yeah.
see a tight chick,
Yeah.
you won't snatch him up.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I sung it first like Pharrell, because I was like, I want to sing it like Pharrell. He was like, Tim was like, all right, we're gonna do it, so we're gonna record this, and I was like, no, don't record it, but let me tell you what I'm talking about. Because I just kept saying that. We was walking around the studio for like 30
Up in
minutes
the
to it.
club.
Up in the club.
Off the VIP.
Yeah, I just kept doing it.
I
And
remember.
then finally we talked to him and jumping on that hook.
Yep.
We still got a few classics with Tim on the
I
hook,
know.
but
We got the one. The last
Party
one
Ain't
we did,
Over?
Party Ain't Over. Well, you was actually you did the hook in auto tune for us.
In auto tune
Yep.
Yeah.
or a vocal.
Something.
That's all.
What I just did, that's a vocal. So I did it with that.
I don't
You know
know
what I'm
what
saying?
it
That's
was.
lab talk. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what it was, but that was like, 2000?
I didn't have auto tune. Yeah, it was that. It was that. I didn't even have
What
auto
was it,
tune.
like 2000 what?
I'm thinking 14, 15.
Oh,
Maybe. Yeah, it might have been 14, 13 or 14.
Yeah, it's about that time. About
Maybe earlier.
that. Yeah, could have been earlier. Than
So I can
that.
tell you where Lane lived at when we did that.
Where do you live?
Not far from you.
Okay. I mean, but I've been over there 18 years.
How long ago was he there?
I've been there 18 years. I can't think of what point in time that,
wow.
you know what I'm saying, that he was there.
We did a lot of stuff here.
Yep.
And wherever you was at, we was there.
Yep.
Y'all didn't go to the barn.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we came to the barn.
Yes, we did.
We recorded
We
back
recorded
at
a lot
the barn.
there.
Wow.
Back
Yeah.
then was recorded at the barn.
Oh, man.
Yep. bet that in 4 Deep was recorded at the barn.
Wow.
Yeah, we was at the barn.
That was the first time I ever felt air conditioning in the studio.
Man.
Wow.
Even to this day, man, I'm like, hey, the booth, you know, ain't no air conditioner fans in the booth because it'll pick the sound up.
Oh yeah.
So they don't nobody know about the booth. You know what I'm saying?
The booth will kill you.
Sweating, you know what I'm saying?
You better know your
Woo.
verse. You better know your
That was
verse.
the sweat box.
Yeah. And then
Because it was isolated, sound, everything.
Mhm.
Wasn't no air, no nothing.
nope, no air, not at all.
Nowadays, they just put the mic in the middle of the... I don't like that, man. I don't like when they just put a mic in the middle of the room. I don't like that because when I'm in the booth, I turn into Shorty J.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I
now,
might do the Michael Jackson and touch myself.
oh wow. I would record it too. And look
Hey.
at you right here.
But see, you ain't always had a camera in the
Right.
in the booth.
I can see you at that window. I can see you.
Yeah. Hey, but that first when you put that booth when they moved from the barn over to the one spot, that booth was hot because they had the door that the wood that was closed and everything. It was, but get about 4. I mean, we all used to go in the booth like all of us could fit in there like it wasn't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't. I never at that point. I was not rapping anymore. I didn't. You talking about at that point? So I never got in that booth. I never experienced it.
It was cool because it was big, especially when you had a hook, when you had
Yeah.
wanted to get everybody in there.
Yeah, I know that was fun. But my evolution is when I got here. When I came in here, that's when I started actually becoming Urkel with it. Like, no mom and dad, no other people walking around. It was
Right.
just me.
Right.
Like, and that's when I began to get on people's nerves. How hard I was on people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it was been hard on us since day one, so it's like, I know when you did move over here I remember when you moved here from the studio, you made a few people mad.
Well,
Yeah,
it worked.
they did, man. I'm like, some of my best songs came out of, was it here or, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either here or the garage.
The garage was the most. That was like Tigger. Like, that was an experience. Everyone that got a chance to experience the garage, they got a chance to experience something almost like The Rock or
Man, why is it? I done noticed this about a few like major producers that's out there too. Even yourself, man. Like, yeah, our producers like is cold on turntables too, man. What's up with that?
because you have to know what the crowd likes. How dare us make beats for you and we don't even know what the crowd likes. So whether you come with an idea or not, we still got to go back and be like, nah, that tempo you is 68. We need to get it to 72 because they dancing like this. And the whole time you're telling me something, I'm not even thinking about what you're talking about. I'm going to the club. Yeah, that'll work. You'll see me go, that'll work. Why did you say that? Because I see this girl dancing in my head. Or all them breaks you know how to do. You know how to do that with the turntable, you know how to do breaks. So I know where to put the breaks in the beat.
Okay. Because I'm like, I know just the ones I've seen. I know I've seen Jermaine Dupri behind turntables. I've seen Manny Fresh behind turntables. I've seen you behind turntables, and I'm like, wow, is that just...
Yeah, that's a whole nother way, bringing it back knowing when you've heard me say this chorus is not strong enough. Because I was a DJ. If I play a song, let's go back to I Got Five on it. I could play I Got Five on it over and over and over. What's the verse?
I got five.
Right. You know, so I'm like, okay, in my brain, I'm like, this ain't I Got Five on it. This ain't it. Like, y'all got to do something else. Why? Because it's not gonna play well in the club. And when you try to do live shows, they're not gonna grab this. Because during the verse, they're basically gonna dance, and then the chorus come around, they're gonna start saying the chorus. But when they're in their car, they're gonna learn your verse.
But as an artist, I've realized this too, though. Every song is just not good songs to perform.
Right.
Some songs sound good, real good. We've done that before. We come out the studio and think, oh yeah, we're gonna perform this song at our next show, and perform it, and you realize that
No, it's a song. It's a filler, but it's like when I tell you your biography. This is a personal song, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But some songs are really made to perform. And once you know that, it makes your album better because you'll know how many singles you need to put on your album.
or you know, at the level of shows that we were doing, it's like everything you want to keep it up tempo. You want to keep it. You really had to be a major artist. Only Jay-Z can grab the stool and sit down and perform a song, cry. Everybody can't do that. We couldn't have no point of our show that we gonna calm it down and do this. So we had to keep everything. But I'm like, once you get that level, even like Nas, all I got is one mic.
Oh yeah, it's iconic though.
Everybody couldn't perform a song like that. You gotta have that level of celebrity status, and so that's what people don't be realizing. They'll perform a song, they be like, song cool, but
Well, you got to think about the visualization of you. Let's use the one mic song for Nas. In your imagination, you see this huge screen and stuff going on behind.
Yeah.
So once I've seen this, there ain't no going back. If all you gonna do is get up there with a stool now and ain't nothing, no graphics or no lighting or whatever else, I'm ready for the next person to get up here. So now technology, you can't just create songs. You have to create the whole thing, the whole image. Technology is out here. Lighting, smoke, visuals. You can make yourself larger than life now.
we have smoke machines.
Wow.
Make the fall
The
come.
laser lights.
Yeah, a couple of
Not it.
laser lights, but wasn't no images behind you, nothing like that. And it was cool though. It was cool.
Back then they didn't do that. Only Michael Jackson.
Yep. I used to remember them talking about how much money Mike used to put into his shows, from stage setups and everything.
You got it back though.
Mm-hmm.
Michael got his money
And
back.
some.
Oh yeah, that was. Like I said, Mike had grown men passing out in the front row.
Oh yeah.
Hey, big thug, Marquise looking dudes passing out in the front row.
He did. There's no lie.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of them.
Man, yep. Where we at? I don't know how much time we
Yeah, 2 hours.
been talking that long.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we got 2 episodes out of this one.
Sure did.
So ready to conclude it or?
That's on you. Anything else?
Huh?
You just really want to get off your chest and talk
Oh
about
no.
it?
You got me.
somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here. I ain't gotta holler at women, cause women holler at me. It is what it is. I know they need a thug, somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here.
I ain't gotta holler at them, they holler at me. Because I'm fresh to death, I guess they like what they see. But I'm older, so my pants don't sag. But don't get it twisted, yeah, I got much swag. But up in the club, I know you haters be killing me. You mad at a player cause your girlfriend feeling me. But everywhere we go, man, they know who I am. Either she feeling me or she feeling the fam, yeah. I ain't have to holler at her, shawty was amazing. Asked me if I could take a little thug out the equation. Asked me to go to a spot and get intimate, relax and watch a movie. Kiss on her a little bit, no me, I obliged. Met her right after 9, had to get her on some nouveau so she could calm down. Next day your little boyfriend texted me, thinking he's slick. Don't hate the thug, hate your girl, cause I ain't choose your chick, she chose me.
I ain't gotta holler at women, cause women holler at me. It is what it is. I know they need a thug, somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here. I ain't gotta holler at women, cause women holler at me. It is what it is. I know they need a thug, somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here.
Well, I like the way they walkin', I like the way they move. I like them big or smaller, they can do the do. But I ain't got time to be hollering at you, cause I'm trading places just like Usher do. So you can holler at me, you can holler at me. If I'm the one that you want to free, so step to the bar and buy me a drink. Pull me on the dance floor and you can freak this beat.
Hey, I don't want you, girl, you ain't got a cover. If I really want it, I can pull it's nothing. Big bad wolf boyfriend, huffing and puffing. But she came to me and he know that I'm thugging. My game is natural and yours is struggling. I ain't gotta holler, man, the women is coming. I learned at a young age when a chick chose me. Get in her mind and break her slowly, come on.
I ain't gotta holler at women, cause women holler at me. It is what it is. I know they need a thug, somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here. I ain't gotta holler at women, cause women holler at me. It is what it is. I know they need a thug, somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here. We can kick it on the weekend and do it again. We started at moonlight, ended at sunrise. You a grown woman, yes, I'm a grown man. We started at moonlight and ended at sunrise. You a grown woman, yes, I'm a grown man. If you like it, we can kick it on the weekend and do it again. I ain't gotta holler at women, cause women holler at me. It is what it is. I know they need a thug, somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here. I ain't gotta holler at women, cause women holler at me. It is what it is. I know they need a thug, somebody who gon' beat it up. Well, girl, I'm here.